Hello friends, I hope you all are doing good. So today what are we going to create? So we are going to create a blog page like this. Okay. So this will be the logo, this will be the navigation, this will be the search bar, this will be the featured blog, then we have more blogs, and then we have a subscribe blog. Okay. So if I make the screen size small, we can see everything is responsive. Okay, friends. So this is what we are going to create using Tailwind CSS, and we are going to install Tailwind CSS using Vite. So what is Vite? For that, you need to go to vitejs.dev and you need to click on Get Started. So Vite is a French word for quick, okay, pronounced Vite, which is a build tool that aims to provide a faster and leaner development experience for modern web projects. So this is what we are going to use. So these are the steps to install Vite. Okay. So for that, I'll need to go to Visual Studio Code, which is my code editor. So if you don't have Visual Studio Code, then you can just Google it and you can install it in your machine. I have already done it. Okay. So let's go to Visual Studio Code. So this is the project which is already running. So I'll stop it. Okay. And then I'll open a new window. In your case, you will see the new window at the beginning. Okay. And let's go to terminal by pressing Control and backtick key. Otherwise you can just click on this terminal option and you can select the new terminal. Okay, so now I want to create this project on my desktop, so I'll go on CD desktop. If you are using Windows, you can create this project on D drive or E drive. Okay, so I'm using Mac, so I'll be creating it on desktop. Okay, so now the first step is npm create Vite at the latest. Okay, let me copy this and I'll paste it here and I'll press enter. Okay, we need to give a project name, which is, in my case, I will put it as Tailwind blog page. Okay, so this is a single page, so I'll just put it Tailwind blog page. Okay, and here are the options that you want, what you want as a framework, like vanilla, Vue, React, React, Lit, and Servlet. Okay, so in my case, I will select vanilla. Okay, because this is only HTML, so I don't need to select any other thing. So this is vanilla or TS, so I'll just select vanilla. And now they are giving the instruction that you need to go inside this project, then you need to do npm install, then npm run dev. So what we are going to do is I'll just open this. Okay, by clicking on this open. Now the project is on my desktop, so Tailwind blog page. Okay, just click on open, and then again we need to click on terminal, new terminal. Okay, then we are inside this project. Here I'll do npm install. We'll just ignore these warnings. Then we need to do npm run dev. Okay, so now our project is running on localhost 3000. So here it is, localhost 3000. So here it is, hello Vite. Okay, so now we need to install Tailwind. Okay, so let's go to Tailwind website. So this is the Tailwind website, tailwindcss.com, and here inside getting started, there's an installation option. So you need to click on installation option. So here are different types of installation. So we need to go to framework guide, and this is the option for Vite. Okay, we need to click on that. So this is already done. Okay, we have used this npm create Vite latest, so no need to follow the first step. We need to ignore this. Then this is the second one, the second step we need to follow. So let's copy this. Okay, and we need to stop this by pressing Ctrl C, then just paste the code, the line of code which we have copied. By the way, this is not the code, this is the line which we have copied. So just paste it and press enter. Now the second step is npx tailwind css init -p, enter. Okay, so it has created tailwind config and post css config. Okay, now we need to go to tailwind, sorry, tailwind.config.js. Okay, let me make this small. Then we just need to copy this, okay, and paste it inside the content. So here we just need to remove this, and so just remove all the thing which are inside the double quotes, and we are going to use dot slash, then a star, okay, dot html. So what this will do is this will look for all the html files which are inside the root folder, and it will only use the css which is required. Okay, so if you want to learn more on this, so I have created a entire course on Tailwind CSS. The link is in the description. You can just check it out. Okay. So now this is done. Now what else we need? So let's go to the documentation. Okay. Now we need to copy this and paste it inside index.css. So let's copy this. So do we have an index CSS? No, we have style.css. So let's remove this and paste it inside style.css. Save this. Okay. Now let's go back to documentation, and then we need to import this index.css, but in our case it is style.css, which is already imported in index. No, so we have to import it. So let's do it. So after the link we need to write link rel, that is going to be style sheet. Okay, then href. Okay, we need to link that style sheet. So dot slash style.css. Okay, let's close this, and we don't require this svg, which is a fav icon, so let's remove this. Okay, this is something which is created by Vite, so let's remove this, and even this we don't require, so let's remove this, and this link we can take down. Okay, so this is it. Let's save this. Even this main.js we don't require, so I'll just remove this. Okay, and what else we can do? Let's see what else is remaining for installation. I think everything is done. Let's copy this h1 tag, and let's go to our code and let's paste it, save this, and let's do npm run dev and check whether the Tailwind CSS is working or not. Okay, so this is running on port 3000. Hello world. Okay, so yes, we are getting all the Tailwind CSS class working fine for us. Now we can start creating our project. Okay, so let's remove this id app also, not required. This h1 tag also not required. Save this. Okay, now we need fonts. Okay, so I'm using a font called, which is Prochi. Okay, this is a Google font, and for entire application I'll be using Lato. Okay, Prochi will be for headings like headlines and all, and Lato will be for the entire application. Okay, the paragraphs and all. So let me restart the project which I have already created, so we can just compare both of them side by side. So I'll do npm run dev. This is the project which I have already completed. So this will run on localhost 3001 because localhost 3000 is already been running. Okay, this project is running on localhost 3000. So now this is 3001, which is already done by me, so that we can compare this with our project. Okay, so this is vtab, which I think we need to change this to tailwind blog. Okay, blog page, this is fine. So now this is fine, tailwind blog page. So we can make sure this is the project which we are currently working on, and this is the blog, tailwind blog, which has already been created. Okay, so we can just compare it. Now let's go to Google font, and I'll search for Prochi. So this is the one which I'm going to use for the headlines. As you can see, these are the headlines. Okay, navigation, this is the headline, logo, all this is Prochi. So now I want to use this font. Let's remove this Fedoka, and we need to add this. Select the style. So now Prochi has been added here. Then we also need Lato. So now this is added. Now let's search for Lato. Okay, this is the one which we required. So in Lato we required light 300. Okay, we need regular 400. Then we can have bold 700. Okay, I think this is it. We require only these three font size styles. Okay, sorry. uh, so now everything is here. We have Lato and we have Proci as well. So now what we have to do is we need to click on this import and we need to copy the entire line of code. Okay, we need to copy the entire line. Oh, sorry, let's copy this and let's go to Visual Studio Code, and inside style.css I'm going to paste the line which I have copied. So we have Proci and Lato. So let's add a comment here. Okay, so command and backslash, save this, and now we need to add this font in config. So inside the extend, okay, let's go to let me show you how to do it. So if I go to documentation of Tailwind CSS, and if I go on configuration, okay, let's go on theme, and inside customization we need to click on themes. Okay, and if you scroll down here, so let's scroll down here. So here is the option how to use the font inside the theme. So this is how we can do it. So first we need to copy this. Okay, inside tailwind .config.js, we need to just paste the line which we have copied, and then inside the extend, okay, we need to copy this, and here we need to paste it. Okay, so this was for Lato. Okay, so first is, let's say, Trochi. Here, as you can see, if I go to Google font, so this is the font which we need to use. So first one is Trochi. So sorry, the spelling was wrong. And then we need to destructure the font family, which is San. Okay, so here we can change the name. So whatever name you want, you can give. So I'll just give title. Okay, then let's do option and down arrow key. So to make it duplicate, then we have Lato. So let's copy this Lato and paste it here, and this will be body. Okay, and this we will keep serif. Okay, and this we can keep sans. Okay, let's save this. So what are the serif and sans? These are the default font which are in Tailwind CSS. So let's go and check this. So let me search font. Okay, so font styles, not font styles, fonts, font family. Okay, so these are the font families. Where are the default font families? Okay, these are the three default font families, like font sans, serif, and mono. Okay, so utilities for controlling the font family of an element. So we have sans, we have serif, and we have mono. Okay, and if you want to use other than this, so we can do it something like this. Okay, we can just import the font which we want to use, and then in Tailwind config we need to just extend that. So this is how we can use. Okay, so let me save this, and now we are good to go. So let's go to index.html, and inside the body tag, I'll do class that is going to be font body. Okay, so now entire application will have a font which is called Lato. So we don't have to specify on every div that class font body. Okay, so this is not required. So here, if I do hello world, and if I save this, and if I go back to the application, so this is the font which is called Lato. Okay, so if I inspect, and if I just click on this, hover on this, so you will see the font family. Here it is, font family Lato. Okay, so this is how it works. So we have used our Google font. Let me close this and even the configuration. Okay, and let me hide this as well. Let me close this. So now we are getting a good space. Okay, so first we will create a container div. So here, as you can see, the entire thing will be in a container div. Okay, then we will start with the header section, then we'll start with the body part, I mean the main body section, then we will have the subscribe block. So let's start step by step. So here, this will be our container div. So let me add a comment container div starts here. Okay. It's better to add comments so that it will be easy for us to remember. So here, this will be class that is going to be container. So if you want to learn more about this Tailwind CSS classes, so I have created a course, okay, which is on Udemy. You can just check the link which is in the description. Okay. So now container, and then we have max auto to make the entire div in center. Okay. So let's save this. And if I go back, now the container, we have a container class. So we are having a space from left and right. Okay. So now let me remove this hello world. So this will be our container div. Then we have the header section. Okay. So let's add a comment. Header starts, header section starts here. Okay. And let's add a comment. So first we will take a section tag. Okay. Then we will have a div with a class of, okay, what I'll do is I will add all the classes including the responsive classes. Okay. I will not do something like I'll finish the desktop part and then I'll make the thing responsive. No, I will make the website and make the page responsive on the go, I mean from the scratch. Okay. So no need to wait for the application to finish and then responsive. So text will be in center, padding from top and bottom will be 8 in mobile and in small device. Okay, from small device, not on small device, we can say from small device it will be uh, padding from top and bottom will be 10. Okay, then we need flex. Okay, then justify center, then items center. Okay, so let's close this div, and then we need a logo. First is the logo. Okay, so this is the logo which we required, this SVG. So you can get everything, the logos, this logo, Tailwind logo, the images, you will get it from my GitHub link, which I'll add in the description. Okay, so no need to worry about it. So let me copy it from here. Okay, I just saved it here. So this is the one which we are working on. So I'll paste it here. Okay, then after the SVG, we will have the h1 tag, which says Tailwind blog page. Okay, so Tailwind. Okay, let's do Tailwind blogs only. Okay, so if I save this and if I go back to the website, so here it is, logo, and we have the text, but the text is not looking similar to this. So we will add some classes, Tailwind CSS classes, to make this look exactly like that. Okay, so text will be 3XL. Okay, this is the font size, and this will be in mobile, but in MD, from MD it will be text 5XL. Okay, and then we need font to be bold, then font title. Okay, so as I told you, all the titles and blog will be having uh, the font which is called Prochi. So we have already created uh, the name of the, let me show you one second. In the style sheet, sorry, not in the style sheet, in the configuration, this is the name. Okay, font hyphen title. So we can't do only title, we need to add font and then dash title. Okay, font dash body. So this is how we can give the class name. Okay, to use that font. Then what else we need? One thing which I wanted to create is font colors. Okay, so I need to add primary, secondary, and neutral font colors. So first let me save this and let me show you the, okay, the result. So this is the one. Now we need this color. Okay, so for that we need to go to Tailwind config, and I will add colors. So after font family, I will do colors. Okay, and then we need an object. So colors, first I will add a color of primary. Okay, so this is the name which you can give anything. Obviously this, all these names are created by me, and you can add your own class name. So it is not mandatory that whatever I am giving it is you need to follow. You can give anything which you like, blue, whatever. Okay. So I'll keep it primary, and the hash code is 081F4E. Okay. Then we have secondary. The hash code for that is hash 0083FD. Okay. Then we have neutral, and the color code for that is 384D70. Okay. Let's save this. Okay, so now let me go back to index.html, and here we can use that text secondary. Okay, so let me save this. So this is the color which we required. So let's go to, okay, the page, and here it is. So this looks exactly the same. So this is how we can add our own colors. Okay, and if you want to learn more, obviously I've created a course, so you can just have a look. So this part is done. Now we need the navigation and the search bar. Okay, so let's do that as well. So after this div, I'll take one more div. Okay, and inside this div, I'll take a nav tag, and after the nav tag, I'll take a input which is for the type will be search. Okay, and I'll just do enter. So now if I save this and if I go back, so here let me refresh. Okay, here is the input. So right now we can't see anything because I have not added any CSS classes. So let me add some CSS classes, but before that, let's add some ULLIs. So this will be home. Okay, save this. Now we have home, and then we have a search bar. Okay, but these are one below the each other. I need it to be side by side. Okay, so for that, let's go to the main div, which is this one. Okay, so here I will start adding the Tailwind CSS classes. So class from medium device, I need flex, and for mobile, I need 100%. Then text should be center. Then in medium device, I need justify between. Okay, and now if I save this, go back, so home will be here and search bar will be something around here. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so this is the navigation, and here will be the search bar. Okay, so navigation, and then we can have a search bar. So these are the classes which we need to add. Okay, and everything will be responsive. Okay, so you don't need to worry about like, okay, once I'll finish the desktop and then we can have a responsive. No, we will do it on the go. Okay, so now what else we need? So in UL, I will add some classes. So class that is going to be text LG, and space X will be 4. Okay, and in LI, I need to add few classes that is going to be margin from top and bottom will be 3, and in MD we need margin from top and bottom to be 0. Okay, in mobile we need a gap in between. Okay, and this will be inline block, and this home will be inside an A tag. So let me add an enter here. So A href, that is going to be hash. Let me close this, and we need to cut this and paste it inside this. Save this, go back. Okay, now it is looking good. And here also we need to add some CSS, Tailwind CSS classes. So class that is going to be text. Now I need a primary class. Okay, primary color. And on hover, I need text to be secondary. We need a transition effect. So transition, and duration, I'll keep it as 300. Save this, go back. So now as you can see, if I hover on this, you can see a transition effect and the color is changing to blue. Okay, which is our text secondary. So now let's copy this li and paste it thrice. Okay, 3 times, 2, and this is the third one. And then we can just add about, contact, and products. So home is done, about, contact, and this is products. Save this, go back. Okay, so this navigation is completed, but I think we need a class of proxy for here, not Lato. So I think I have missed a class which is font title. So in nav, I will add this. Okay, so in navigation also I need to add few classes which I missed out. So in MD I need flex. Okay, and items should be in center, font will be title, and width will be auto. Okay, save this, go back. Now it is looking better. And if I make this small, now it is coming in the center. So this is responsive as well. Now we need to add some CSS classes inside this input. So class that is going to be border 2. Okay, we need a border of 2. Then we need to add a border color. So border blue, that is going to be 200. Padding from left and right, that is going to be 8. Okay, padding from top and bottom, we can keep it 2. Then we need rounded full. So rounded full. Then we need a shadow of inner. Then we need focus to be outline none. Okay, we don't require that outline. Instead of that, we can keep ring 1. Okay, then we need a placeholder which says search. Okay, dot dot dot. Save this, go back. So here it is. Okay, so this is exactly the same. And if I make this small, you can see this is responsive as well. So the header part is done. Okay, so now we will move on to the next part, which is the main section. Okay, which we where we have the featured blog, then we have more blogs. Okay, so this is the main section. So please watch the entire lecture till the end. Okay, and just practice all the classes. And if you think that if you want to learn more on this, so obviously I have created a course. You can just have a look. This is a beautiful course, like it is around 8.5 hours course, so you will enjoy that. Okay, I have explained all the things in detail, but here this is like intermediate class, so you have to know basic things of Tailwind CSS. Okay, and if you don't know, if you're fresher, if you are like if even if you're intermediate and if you want to learn more, you can just check out the course. Okay, so let's go to Visual Studio Code, and after this section, okay, let me close this section. Okay, and I'll take one more section tag, and above this I will add a comment which says main body section starts here. Okay, so adding a comment is very important. So inside this section, first let me add a class that is going to be padding top of 12. Okay, because there should be some gap in between these two sections. Okay, so for that I have added a padding of 12. Now we can take a div. So I'll be using a grid. Okay, so I'll be using a grid layout for this. No need of flex, it will be easily done with a grid. So first let's add some classes. So class that is going to be grid. Okay, and to use that grid we need to use a class of call which is called grid call, and in mobile it will be 1. Okay, and from medium device it will be grid calls 2. Okay, and in from LG device it will be grid calls 3. Okay, then we need a gap. So gap is like space in between all the boxes, so gap of 8. Okay, in mobile, and in from LG we need a gap of 12. Okay, and we also need a gap of from top and bottom, which should be 8 in mobile, and from SM it will be gap of 12. Okay, and in LG we need gap of 16. Okay, so this is a lot of classes, but it makes sense. So now we will start the first row, which is this one. So this will be our first row, this will be our second row, and this will be our last row. Okay, so let's start with the first row. So here I will add a comment which is called first row starts here. Okay, put a comment, and then here we can start it. So I'll take a div, and first I will add all the classes. So class that is going to be called span 1. Okay, in mobile, and in MD, from MD it will be call span 2. Okay, because we need 2 columns. Okay, so this will be call span 2, and in LG we need call span of 3. Okay, now here we need to add an a tag with href that is going to be hash, And inside the a tag we will take a div. Okay, and inside the div we will take an image tag, and src will be images. So we need to create this images folder. Let me first add the path. So image1 jpg. Okay, I will add all the images which I have, and alt tag will be, you can keep it anything, like I'll keep just image1. Okay, blog image1, or maybe anything you would like it. So this is like a SEO related thing. So just keep in mind that alt tag should be related to that SEO thing. So class, we'll add a class here. So class that is going to be height of full and width of full. Okay, let's close this image tag. Now we need the images. Okay, so uh, first let's open the folder for Tailwind blog pages, and here I will add a folder with the name images. Okay, and I already have Tailwind blog which is already created. So inside the images I'll just copy all the images, copy it, and inside this image folder I'll paste it. So you will get all this thing from my GitHub link, so no need to worry about it. Okay, so let's go. So if I refresh it, okay, nothing happens. One second, let me open our this one, save this. I have not saved it, that's why you won't be able to see. So this is the image we are getting. Okay, this is fine, but we need to style it. Okay, so now this is the first row. We need to add a lot of classes, CSS classes. Okay, so first we will start with the a tag. So class that is going to be border, and color for that border will be gray 100. Then we need to add a class of block, and in MD we need flex. Okay, in mobile we need block, but in from MD we need flex. Then we need rounded to be 3XL. Then overflow hidden. Why overflow hidden? I'll show you one second. Let me save this and go back. Overflow hidden is the reason because here we have a rounded of 3 XL, but as you can see we are having this edges, sharp edges. To hide that we need to do overflow hidden. Okay, if I save this now, go back. So now this, you can see we are getting a rounded shape. Okay, but still the height and width is not matching to our designs. So first let's finish this, and then in the a tag we require transition effect. So transition, okay, and duration will be 300. Okay, and on hover we can have a shadow of LG. Okay, shadow of LG. Save this, go back. Okay, okay, we'll finish the entire thing, then we can see the changes. So now in this div we will do MD, sorry, class that is going to be MD, and we need the width of half. Okay, so if I save this now, as you can see we are getting this, and if I hover on this you can see the shadow of LG. Okay, now we need to add the text here. Okay, still there are a lot of CSS classes which we need to add. This part is done. Then after this div, okay, we need one more div, and here we can add featured. Okay, which is this one. So this is the label which we need to create. Then we will add the text. Okay, so this is the featured uh, label. So class that is going to be MD, width of half, padding will be 4 from all the sides. In MD we need padding of 7 from all the side, and this featured we can add it in a p tag. Okay, so let me cut this and I'll paste it here, and then we can style this. So class that is going to be padding from left and right 3, padding from top and bottom 1. Then we have BG blue 200. Then we can keep rounded. Okay, then we need text to be secondary color. Then text size should be XS. Okay, then we need the inline class. Save this, go back. Now you can have a featured label. Okay, then after this p tag we can have the h2 tag. Okay, so h2, and what is the title, what is branding style guide. So I have already you copied uh, here. So let me close this. This is not required now. So this is Tailwind block. This is not the one which we are using. So this is the one. So let me paste it and cut this out, paste it in this h2 tag. And after this h2 tag, I need a p tag. So let's do it here only. Save this. Okay. Now, if I go back on my site, so now you can see the h2 tag and the p tag, but we need to style it. Okay. We need one more p tag, which is having a lorem of 20. Okay. Save this. This is a dummy text. Now let's style. Okay. So class that is going to be font bold, text will be primary, text XL, and in MD we need text to be 2XL, font title. Okay, we need font title. Uh, the font title is Rochi. Okay, so just remember that. Padding from top and bottom will be 3. Transition, then we need duration of 300, and on hover I need text to be secondary. Okay, let's save this and go back. So this is what we are getting and it is perfect. And in p tag, we will add a class of text neutral, okay, which is a gray color. So padding bottom will be 5. Let's save this, go back. Okay, so now the text color has changed, the font color has changed. Even for this also we can do the same, add the same class. So just copy this and paste it here. And you can just increase the text. So lorem and do 30 and tab. Okay, so this is emmet, which is an inbuilt feature in Visual Studio Code. So this is done, but we need this author. Okay, so for that, let's go to Visual Studio Code. After the p tag, we will add a div, and inside the div we will have image source that is going to be images. Okay, the path is correct, images, and then we need author1. Let's close this, and you can add alt tag like author1. Then after adding the image here, we need to add a div, and we can have the author name. Okay, so we will use h6, that is going to be John Smith, and we need a p tag that is going to be brand marketer. Save this, go back. Okay, so this is a huge image, so we need to style it. So let's do some styling. So class that is going to be flex, and items will be center. Save this. Okay, still we need to add some classes. So class in the image we need to add a class which is going to be width of 9 and height of 9. Rounded will be full. Save this, go back. Now you can see we are getting a small image, rounded image. Okay, then we need to style this div also. So class that is going to be padding left will be 3. Then we need to style this h6. So class that is going to be text xs, text that is going to be primary, font that is going to be bold. Okay, save this, go back. Now it is looking good. Now for this brand marketer, we need to add some classes. So text that is going to be xs, and text that is going to be neutral. That's it. Save this, go back. So this is done. Okay, if I hover on this, you can see the shadow effect as well as entire styling is completed exactly the same. Okay, it looks exactly the same. Okay, now we will start working on the second row. So let's do it here only. So after the first row, let me close this first row. Then we will start with the second row starts here. Okay, so let's add a comment here. So first I'll take a div, then inside the div I'll take an a tag with href, which is going to be hash. Close this, and then we can have an image. So image src, that is going to be image, and this will be image 2. Okay, then we can have an alt tag. So alt tag you can keep anything, but I'm just keeping it blank. Let me close this, and after the image tag I'll take a div. Okay, and inside the div I'll take h2 tag. Let me add all the html first, so then it will be easy for us. In h2 tag, what we need is some text, which is going to be lorem 20 and then a tab. Okay, then after the h2 I'll take a p tag, and even that p tag will have some dummy text. So lorem 20 tab. Okay, Oh, let me check. Okay, so I think, okay, this is only 8. We don't require so much of text for title. So lorem, that is going to be 8, and tab. Okay, for this we can keep 20. Save this. Let's go and check on the browser. So image, then we have a title, then we have some description. Then what else we need? We need the author as well. Okay, so for that, after the p tag, we will add a div, and inside the div we will add image src, that is going to be images, and let's keep author one only. Okay, then alt tag, I'll keep it blank. I'll close this, and after this image I'll take a div, and inside the div I'll take again h6. This will be John Smith, and after this h2 I'll take a p tag. Okay, and this will be brand marketer. We save this, go back. So now all the HTML is done. Now we need to style it. So let's do it. So here I will add class that is going to be border of gray color. So gray, that is going to be 100. Then we have rounded. We can keep rounded to be 2XL. Overflow will be hidden. Transition and then duration of 300. Then we can keep hover, shadow LG, and hover, and border should be transparent. Okay, so border transparent. Okay, so let me save this, go back. So you can see that, but it is very light in color. So here, as you can see, there are a lot of classes which I have added. So instead of that, we can create our own class, and we can just paste that class name here. So let me cut this out, and then we need to go to style.css. So here I will add a class name that is going to be block card. Okay, so this is class name which you can keep anything you want. Then here I'll do apply and paste the classes, the class names which I have copied from there. Save this, and instead of, let me copy this. Okay, block card. So here we can just paste that block card. Okay, and everything should look fine. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting all that, but we can't see properly. But let's complete the entire thing. So after the image tag, this is the div where we need to add some Tailwind CSS classes. So padding from left and right will be 4, padding from bottom will be 6. Then here we need to add class that is going to be, okay, so here also we can create our own class. Okay, so what I will do is, here I will add a class of post hyphen title, and that is going to be apply, and we need to add the classes. So font, that is going to be bold, text, that is going to be primary, text, that is going to be XL of size, font title, padding from top and bottom will be 3, transition, okay, sorry, transition, not translate, so transition. Then we have duration of 300. Then we have hover, which is text secondary. Okay, save this, and let's go back here, and we can add the class which we have created. Okay, so we can just customize this. Instead of adding all the classes here, we can just create all the CSS classes here, and we can add it here. So this is also one way of doing it. Okay, then inside the p tag I will add class of text neutral. Okay, padding bottom will be 5. Save this, let's check it out. Okay, so we have added all the classes here, but now this is the main part. So class, that is going to be flex, items, that is going to be center. Then in image we need class that is going to be, we already did that, okay, in for author. So with height will be 9, width will be 9. Okay, rounded full. Okay, save this, go back. Now as you can see, we are getting the author. Now the similar class which we have added before, we need to do it same here also. So padding left, that is going to be 3, and in h6 we can add class that is going to be text of XS. Okay, text of primary. Then we need font to be bold. Then here in p tag we will add class that is going to be text of XS, text that is going to be neutral. Okay, save this, go back, and we are done. So in the block card we have border gray of 100, but we can't see anything, so let's keep that 400. Okay, 400 is too much. Let's keep it 200. Okay, so we are getting a light border. So this is looking fine. I hope you can see the border here. Okay, if I hover, you can see the shadow. So now let's go back to index.html. Now let's copy this. Okay, so let's copy the entire div from here till here and paste it twice. Okay, because we need 3 blocks. Save this, go back. So if I make this small, you can see in medium device we have 2, and in small device we will have 1. Okay, so 1 image, but we need to change the images. So let's go back here. So this will be image 3. Even author we can keep it 2, and then we can have image 4. Save this, go back. Now as you can see, we have changed all the images, but text we can keep same. You can change the text as well. Okay, so the second row is also done, which looks same. This looks better because we are having the border also. Here we are having a border, but that is very light of 100, but here it is 200. Okay, so we are having the border as well. Now we can just finish the third row and then the subscribe block. Okay, so this third row we can just start working on it. So let's first close this second row, all the 3 boxes. Okay, then after this we can start with the third row. Okay, here we can start with the third row, last row. Okay, so this is the last row, starts here. Let's add a comment. So here I'll add a div, and inside we will have an a tag with href, that is going to be hash. Then we can have the image source, that is going to be image slash and image of fifth one. Okay, the fifth image. All tag I can keep it empty. Then after the image we will have a div tag, and inside the div tag we can have an h2 tag, and after the h2 tag we will have a p tag, and after the p tag we can have a div for the author. So div, and inside the div we will have image source, that is going to be image slash author one, all tag. Let's close this, and after this we will have a div, and inside the div we will have h6. This you can just copy paste, but let me write it in John Smith. And after this h6 I will have a p tag. Okay, where we can have the text of brand marketer. Save this, but we won't have to do a lot of styling here. So if I go back here, you can see we have the image and everything, but the styling is not proper because we have just added the HTML. So what is the text? Okay, text is going to be same. So here let me add the text, which is going to be lorem 8 tab, and here lorem 20 tab. Save this, go back. Okay, now we are having this image, the title, description, the author image. For author, I'll just copy paste because I'm just bored of typing. So just copy this. Okay, and let me close this. So this was the author. Okay, so I'll just paste it. Everything should work fine. Okay, we are getting the author. We don't require to type it again. You can just copy and paste, but just practice all the CSS classes. Okay, there is a lot to be learned. Okay, so now here we will add the classes, that is going to be again block which we have created, block card. Okay, so this is the style. Okay, let me copy this. This is the CSS class which we have created. Okay, save this. Okay, now we need call span of 1 for mobile. So call span of 1 for mobile, and in LG we need call. This should be call. Okay, not calls. So call span of 2. Save this, go back. Okay, now it is spanning the 2 columns. Okay, and this is the third one where we will add one more blog. Okay, and then inside here image tag we will add a class of uh, with full. Okay, so with full, save this, go back. Okay, now it is fine. Now inside this div I will add class of padding from left and right 4, padding bottom will be 6, and here h2 tag I will add the class of post title. Okay, Save this, and p tag class, that is going to be text neutral and padding bottom of 5. Save this, go back. Okay, this is looking better. Now we will add the last block. Okay, so let's copy this because everything will be same, only we can change the image. So this is the last row, first block, this is the second one, and here I'll just change the image to 6. Okay, save this. Now as you can see, we are getting this block, but the height is not matching. For that, here inside this last row first div, okay, we will add a class of height, that is going to be 72, but that is going to be only in LG. Okay, and in mobile we don't require. So save this, go back. Now we can see these heights are matching. Okay, these blocks are matching. So now here if I go, this looks perfect. Okay, so both the designs are matching, and now we can just work on the subscription block, then the footer part. Okay, then we are done. So let's finish that. So here, this is the last row. Let me close this. Let me close this as well. So let me close this section also, because the center part is also done. This was the header, this was the main body. Now we have a subscribe section. Okay, so subscribe section starts here. Okay, let me comment this out, and here I'll take a section tag, and inside I'll take a div tag, and inside I'll take a h6 tag, and here I'll say subscribe to our, and then I'll take a break tag, and I'll do blog. Okay, let's save this, go back and see what we are getting. Okay, so here it is, subscribe to a blog, but we can't see it properly. So we need to add the styles. So this block we can add in a span. So span, let's cut this out and paste it here. So let's add some styling. So class, that is going to be text center. Okay, MX auto, padding from top and bottom 12. In from small size, padding from top and bottom will be 18, and in LG, padding from top and bottom will be 30. Okay, and now let's add some CSS, Tailwind CSS classes in H6 tag. So text, that is going to be 3XL. In MD, from MD it will be text 5XL. Then we need font to be bold, font title. Okay, then text should be primary. Save this, go back. Okay, now as you can see, text is primary. Yeah, text is primary. Let's check this here. Okay, text is primary, but the block, we need to add Tailwind CSS classes for this blog as well. So blog, that is going to be text secondary. Save this, go back. Okay, now as you can see, subscribe to our blog. So this title is completed. Now we will add this one. Okay, please subscribe to our blog. So after the h6, I'll take a p tag, paste the text which I have copied, and I will add the CSS, Tailwind CSS classes. So class, that is going to be max width of XS. Okay, then MX auto, then text of primary, padding from top and bottom will be 6. Save this, go back. Okay, now it is looking good. Now what else we require? We required an input. Okay, so after the p tag, I'll do input, and type is email. Okay, and let's add Tailwind CSS classes. So class, that is going to be padding from left and right will be 8, padding from top and bottom 2, rounded 3XL, border, okay, border will be 1, then border blue of 200, shadow of inner, so shadow inner, focus will be outline none, and then we can have a placeholder which says email address. Okay, save this, go back. So here, as you can see, we are getting this input, but this is not looking good, but we will fix it. Okay, don't worry. Then after this input, I will take one more input of submit. Sorry, submit. Okay, value will be submit. You can start adding the Tailwind CSS classes. So class that is going to be minus margin of from left, it will be 12. Okay, it will be minus 12. Padding from left and right, that is going to be 8. Padding from top and bottom will be 2. Rounded 3xl. bg, that is going to be secondary. Okay, text, that is going to be white over bg blue 300. Focus will be outline none, and we need focus of ring 1. Okay, and then we can have cursor to be pointer. Save this, go back. Okay, now it is looking good. Okay, hover is it should be 800. Save this. Okay, now it is looking good, exactly the way it is here. Okay, so this is also done, but let's check in responsive. So this is looking better. Okay, in responsive also it is working fine. Yes, so everything is looking good. Yeah, it is looking exactly the same. Now we will start working on the footer. So this is the footer is the last section which we need to finish. Okay, so let's add a comment. Footer starts here. So this was an intermediate class, so that's why I have not explained too much of the CSS, Tailwind CSS classes. But if you want to learn more, so you can just check out my course. Okay, and you can just learn more on this. So footer, we have added a section, then we have a footer tag. Inside the footer tag, we will have a div which says all rights reserved at the rate 2022. Okay, so now we will add some class here. So class, that is going to be bg primary, and padding from top and bottom will be 8. And here we need to add some class. So class, that is going to be text center, text white, font black here, so it will be boulders, and font title for the Google font which we have added, and then we need to add a tracking wider. Okay, so we'll have a space in between the okay, this section should be outside the div. Okay, so let's cut it out, because as you can see we are getting this, because now it is inside the container, so we need to take it out from the container. Okay, save this. Now it will take the entire space. Okay, so now let's check the responsiveness of this. Okay, so this page is now responsive, as well as it it is completed. So this is it for this class. I hope you like it. If you like it, please share, please comment, and please learn more on Tailwind CSS, because this is the utility framework. You can create your own layouts. It is not something like Bootstrap where everything is like fixed. Okay, we need to add their classes, and then we want to modify. Then there is a lot of stuff which we need to do. We need to override the classes and all. But here in this case, you can just use the Tailwind CSS classes to create a beautiful page like this, a beautiful website, or you can add your own CSS classes and you can just add that as well. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in some other videos. Till then, take care and bye bye. And please like this video and share it. Okay, and if you have something, just comment it out and check out my course which is in the description. Thank you. Bye bye.